Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode. Today is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be heartfelt. We've got noise in the background from the lady's child, but just bear with us and listen to the story. So nice to have you here today, Sally.
Hi. Okay, my mom had me at 15. She lived in London area, like London Bridge. She had a best friend at the age of 15 where her best friend's parents lived in, obviously, Africa. She was so young, she gave me away to her best friend's family. We lived in Africa from when I was the age of 3 to 11. Between the ages 3 of 11, I saw my mom about 3 or 4 times in them years. I was molested by the owner's gateman and her husband in the house, so I couldn't even tell you when I lost my virginity. So I was molested the whole time, and the reason why I came back is because I had a bowel infection that wasn't being healed because of the molestation for so long. Came back when I was 11. I lived with my mum. My mum then physically abused me, beat me over stuff, especially the fact that my first language wasn't English anymore. I spoke a Ghanaian language, and I was in my mum's home up until I was 14 because social services took me from my mum, from the beating and everything, because school had reported it. After that, when I had left, I was in a girls' home. For 2 years, I got stabbed in the top of my head on the side and the back of my head. I was in a coma for a year, survived that. I then tried to live my life, moved out of London, and my mom reached out to me, tried to build a relationship with her. It worked here and there, then it wouldn't work, then it would work, then it wouldn't work. Tried to build a relationship with my sibling, because my mom then had a child. I tried to build a relationship with my sibling, but then it's a thing where there's a favoritism, so I just never was good enough for her. From then, I then had my daughter, lived my life up until then had my first boyfriend at the age of 21. During that relationship, I found it difficult because I had never been intimate since the molestation, and I wasn't really sure on how to work on my body. He used me, had a baby on me, basically broke my heart. 2 years after that, I then tried again with him. I had my daughter, which is now 5, almost 6, and I'm a teacher, which I studied my way all the way up from when I was 17 in college, and I'm 28 now. A receptionist, a reception teacher for children ages 4 to almost 6.
What kept you strong throughout that? Because that's a lot to deal with, and that's I always think I've heard it all. I've got over 337 interviews, and I've heard a lot of things, but that did knock me for 6. So what kept you strong throughout this whole time?
God.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can say, because I don't turn to drugs, I don't drink, don't smoke. I just turn to God, honestly.
So you're a regular churchgoer.
That's the only thing that keeps me going.
Do you ever ask yourself, and this isn't...
Why me?
No, it's not even why me, it's more, if there's a God, then why are you suffering like this?
Because God will never put you through what you cannot handle.
So
that's the only way I see it.
So you take it as something, and correct me if I'm wrong here, to make you stronger.
Yeah, I've had my struggles along the way, especially when I did come back. I felt neglected by my parent, and I felt I had no one there for me because I basically had no family. I wasn't with family, so I felt neglected. I felt alone. When I then got injured by the head stabbing and stuff like that, I thought, I'm not in a gang. I've never even been out on a road to do stuff like that, and I've not harmed anybody. So
why did they attack you?
Apparently wrong identity, because we went into the court, there's no relation. I knew none of these people. None of these people. And
There
where it
were
happened,
girls.
yeah, there were girls. It happened in shopping centre. Girls and boys. So it wasn't just me who got injured. There was other people that got injured within the store. But
So
obviously
you
I got
just
really
minding your
injured.
own business,
Minding
mate.
my own business in big Primark.
They just attacked you.
Attacked me. Young teenagers. Young teenagers at the time. It was hard, don't get me wrong. After I got stabbed and stuff, talking to people was hard. Stepping out the house was hard. Being on public transport was very hard. I do suffer with PTSD, and sometimes I could just shut down.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, it's very, very hard. It's like talking about it, it makes me emotional because it's like it still hurts me because that's my life, that's my childhood, that's my past.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can do is live away from my past because I don't live in the past. I can only create my future. That's just how I see it, if that makes sense. And then to have a child, I'm blessed with a child. I didn't think I could have children after everything I went through. So I have a child, beautiful, smart. What more can I ask for? There's people that can't have children. There's people that don't have a leg. I have 2 legs. People that don't have arms. I have 2 arms.
That is, you've made a. Your story is astonishing, and I'm actually just.
That's what I'm saying. It's hot. That's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy.
I'm lost for words, to be honest. As an interview, it's like, do you? I take it you never let your child out of your sight.
Never.
I can understand that. And do you? How do you see yourself going forward in life? I know you've spoken about being strong, but. Do you see yourself going back to your country?
Of
where
course.
Do you ever think of, because I think for me now, if that was me, I would go and get Retribution.
To get.
No, I would probably go and kill everybody who dealt with me badly. God
would do that.
But your belief allows you to have kind of forgiveness from what I'm getting from you. I don't want to put words in your mouth here. I just don't see how, I don't know. It's not me encouraging you to go and do things. Yeah. But I cry about stuff. Personally, that's how I would handle it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And they would die a very painful, slow death.
That's what my dad, what you've just said is what my dad wants to do and has been wanting to do since I got back in contact with him. Because I was never in contact with my dad until I was 19.
So what happened? Because your dad is your protector. I have one daughter, and I always teach her worth. Your dad is your protector. So where is your dad throughout all of this?
So my mum was 15 when she had me. Their relationship ended there. I was just, when you with someone, intimacy, and you have a child, and that's it. And the person goes, that's basically it. And then later on in life, he found me on Facebook, and I found out I have siblings and stuff, but I'm his oldest child.
Didn't he know
where I was?
Yeah, because didn't he know that you were conceived? He mustn't.
Yeah, he knew I was conceived.
So, and then he must have bumped into your mum at times to say, like, where's the child?
No care in the world.
He didn't have.
No care in the world.
So, in retrospect, I don't see how. And I'm speaking, so I come from children's home. I was in children's home for 6 months.
Okay.
And I have a story. It's not as dramatic as your story, but it's the story still. I don't see how he's wanted to play like the concerned father if he hasn't done his job at the beginning.
Yeah, that was my dad. We're in no contact now. Yeah. We're in no contact now.
Do you see what I mean?
None.
My own personal situation with my firstborn son, it was a similar situation, but even though his mother and I went our separate ways and we were both young, I bumped into, this is why I believe in a supreme being of some kind, because I bumped into her every day, and this was in the 90s, and everybody used to wear Rages jackets and all these things. I'm not sure, obviously just before your time, it's like baggy clothing and all that, and I kept on bumping into her. But she covered up her pregnancy very well.
So you didn't know.
So something said to me, you told me you were pregnant at that time, what happened? And she said, and so I thought she had lied. So we kind of had a disagreement, and that's one thing. And then she said to me, what, with my belly getting bigger every day? So what are you talking about? And then she lifted up her jacket. It mounted up very good. And I put my hat and I thought, whoa! And I felt sick.
Yeah.
And I literally felt sick. And I remember my friend.
But at least you remembered.
I had a friend, Jude at the time, Nigerian guy, and he liked her friend.
Oh.
He was gone, and he's going, yeah. I said, listen, you don't want to know. You don't know the after effects. You don't know. But from that point on, I've made sure I'm always in contact and involved and money and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
To the fact that even though my son's like 25 now, we can have his mum and I can talk on the phone if needs be. So I don't understand. Well, you know, it's not about me. It's your story here.
Yeah.
But
I have no contact with my father anyway, based on him being so missing and can't answer questions to certain things, but you could be in my other siblings' life. So I've gone so long without you, so I'd rather just stay without you.
You know what? There's two things, flip sides to this story though, is about doing better. Mm-hmm. So you're doing better, but obviously your daughter is right for her to know her granddad.
Yeah, I know. But he's not even in the country, so it's pointless anyway.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is, obviously I'm not telling you how to run your affairs. Mm-hmm.
But you can advise.
But I would say, for me, from my own experience, regardless of what my family have done or haven't done, I'm going to do better, and I'm going to check on them, phone them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
And make sure my children have opportunity to know my birth mother and all these different things. Mm-hmm. It's just, that's what I'd say, is if you know better, do better, and then and because also people they may have messed up with but with their grandchildren they're going to make up. Yeah. Do you understand?
Yes.
And that's very, very common.
My nan said that, yeah.
And it's like, Kevin Hart speaks about that as well, with his dad who's on coke. His dad, he was on coke and all those kind of things.
Yes.
And now, but he's the best granddad. He's always playing with his grandchildren.
Oh yeah, I see it on the on Netflix show that he did with his dad as well. Yeah. He spoke,
and stuff. So, I can see what. So let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about mentoring?
No.
You've got a story, and the reason I do this podcast now is that I believe everybody is given a gift in life, and your gift is your life experience, however good or bad. And I think you're testimony to this, because you've had a hard, vicious, terrible upbringing, but you've managed to allow it to make you stronger.
Yeah, because it could have gone anywhere. Because when I hear other people's stories, I'm just like, oh my days, like what you've been telling me, and it's like, wow. Yeah,
but that's just one instance. When that girl got kidnapped and raped, that was one instance in her life. Yeah. Apart from that, everything else was reasonably okay.
Yeah.
But yours has been
continuous.
Yeah, continuous, and it's like, I remember when I was in school, we had other children who were in children's home, and they had been buggered by their parents and things like that. But they made a choice to really make something a better life, and better children. I don't know them anymore, so I can't tell you whether they are in touch with their birth parents or anything.
Yes.
But I know they pulled together siblings also. This is why I'm a big believer never splitting up siblings.
Yeah, she has two sisters
in children's home.
Okay. She on her dad's side.
Yeah, and things like that. But I think you should, because you know what, when you counsel people, I mentor people, young people. Usually they come to me for about mindset. I used to be in the military, so I have a very black and white mindset about just getting the job done, which I believe helps me.
Yes.
Enables me to see the bigger picture and know what you need to do. And when you mentor people, it helps you become a better person and stronger, because you can't tell people to do things and not manifest that yourself.
Yeah. Practice what you preach, yeah.
And it's also sharing your gift. Sharing your gift is the strength that you've had through that is, you know, something that you can pick up, that you can help people to to get through, or if they're in certain predicaments, you can warn them.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you see what I mean? I don't mean for it to take. It is time consuming. So obviously you're bringing up your child and all those kind of things. But if you can do those things, or even help with those things where in your work, because it's also elevation.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
And in uni or wherever you go to get your qualifications for that, you'll be more of an attribute.
Yes.
Than some middle class person who just wants to help the earth because they've got too much money.
Yeah.
Daddy's got too much money and they've never wanted for anything, so they're trying to. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I found you get those two kind of people. You get the people who are just well-to-do. They mean well, but they've never had hard life.
And also people that work to get where they are.
And you had them. Yeah, I think they work as well. But you also get the people who've just had it hard from their own experience, and they're gonna help other people.
Yeah. I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, some parts of like discussing stuff makes me feel like, oh, can I do it? Can I? And then it's like, okay, I can talk, but no. Like today, I'm just like, okay, hearing what I'm hearing, I'm thinking, no. I've seen things on social media that I'm like, I want that life, I want that, but I've got to work to get there. And I can't ruin my life because somebody else tried to ruin my life. I can only do what I can to better myself because no one can better it for me. But then I don't want to leave regression. Like, I don't want to regret things I've done to get where I'm at now. I want to be proud of the way I've worked my way up. If that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. And I can't, like, with what I've gone through, I can't sit and blame, oh, mum, it's your fault. Oh, mum, it's your fault. She chose her choices. All right, cool. Yeah. But then when I've got to a certain age where I have control over my life, I can improve to do better.
Yeah. Right.
And that's how I've got to where I am today.
It has been a very, very interesting conversation. It's been informative.
Yeah.
Actually heartbreaking, and but inspiring as well. So I thank you for sharing, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
On your future endeavours.
Thank you.
We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.